Hi, my name is Michael Costa and I'm a photographer based out of Mississauga, Ontario. If you don't know where Mississauga is, look a little bit south of Toronto and you'll see us on the map. I've created this video because I wanted you guys to understand how much photography means to me and how it started, how it sprouted, and how I am here today just knowing that it's not what I want to do, but what I need to do with my life. So let's get started. I think the first time I could truly remember appreciating photography was as just a little guy. My dad had this old Practica film camera that he used to use to shoot exactly two things: airplanes and, well, us. Us being me, my sister, my cousins, all of us together. And I guess I was a little bit less camera shy back then because I did not only love looking at my dad's photos, but I loved being in them. I was obsessed with this idea that you could literally hold a moment in your hand like that. I look at a picture like this and I think of how incredibly close me and my cousins and my sister were, and how if you were to look just beyond this glass door on any given weekday, you would find us after class watching Full House, no doubt. I look at my grandmother and how she has this smile on. She has all of her grandchildren around her and she's not here with us anymore. So it's a way for me to kind of bring her back. You know, to look at these images, hold it in my hand, and relive these memories. Even though I was really young, and you can see me in the bottom corner here, I was so young, there was no way I was going to remember this moment, but looking at it, I feel it. I can feel the emotion, the excitement, the happiness that we felt, just this raw energy as children. I look at the curtain there in the background, and I think of how my cat Bubbles just destroyed it. We had that curtain for so long, and she decided to start climbing up and just destroying this thing. That was the end of that. I think of the moment that my dad looked at us and thought, I gotta take this photo. And then he lined us all up, and seconds later he's triggering that old Practica camera. Yeah, that was definitely the seed, but I'm not sure that it was when it sprouted, if that makes sense. I'll explain, give me a second. Films like Lost in Translation, Interstellar, Secret Life of Walter Mitty, these were the films that were the driving force behind this uncontrollable passion to be involved in this industry. I mean, the only issue was that I didn't know where exactly I belonged in it. I love to write, but grammatically I'm a mess. And I think acting is an amazing craft, but I was nowhere near passionate enough about it to get into that extremely competitive space. Maybe a director of photography. I didn't know, but what I did know is that I needed to find out. I decided to enroll at Sheridan College for Media Fundamentals, a program that not only covered the jobs in film, television, and print media, but also supplied us with the basic and necessary tools that we were going to need to take that next step. I remember finishing that first semester thinking, crap, I still have no idea what I want to do. I'm just as lost now as I was when I came in. I mean, I had learned some really cool tips and tricks, but I hadn't gotten any clarity. In the second semester, that all changed though, because I got to take photography class. That is literally what it was called. It was called photography. That's it, and that's all it needed to be. You didn't need a flashy name or an extremely hipster-esque professor. It just took what I got. From the scavenger hunts and portfolio building to the breaking down of iconic photos, I was hooked. I'll never forget seeing the falling man image. My prof talked about it for a bit and threw it up on screen. I thought, wow, I'm so conflicted on how to feel about this image. You see the building and you can see the man falling and you know the context and you can kind of paint the scenario. But it was how he was floating there, how kind of had this angelic posture. No matter where you are, if you had heard of 9/11 and you look at this picture, you get it and you feel something. It evokes an emotion. I remember thinking, photos can do that? By the time I finished my semester, I knew that I had to be a photographer, right? I tried creating this collaborative group with friends. It didn't work out. Taking gigs that neither of us wanted to do, arguments that were friendship ending. It was a mess. And I thought, if this is what photography is, then I don't want anything to do with it. And there I was, just as lost as I was when I went into school just a year before. So I quit. I sold my camera and all of my equipment, and I took a job that I really didn't like. I loved the people there, but I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't getting anywhere. And I was so uncertain with what I wanted to do with my life. And shortly after, I quit that job because I wasn't good at it. And I was letting my team down. I was letting my customers down. And here I was in my room back at home. And I never felt so uncertain and depressed. It was at that point I came across a YouTube video that ended up being a series of videos. Iceland vlog by Kearns. The experiences that he was having, and more importantly, the way he was capturing them. How could it be so stupid? It woke me up. Photography had always been a way to capture and evoke emotional responses. These moments in time, so you could hold moments in your hand like this. To everyone, it means so many things, and I think that it continues to mean different things. I think no matter what, you're gonna grow, and it's like painting. You look at an abstract and you see the use of colors in a way that you've never seen it used before, and you are now experiencing art in a way that you've never thought to experience art. It's crazy how different perspectives can make you think about an art form in different ways. I not only learned that I can lean on it through traumas, I learned that I can utilize those traumas and hardships to really create passionate work. I remember having this breakup that really hit me hard, and the next day I went out and shot because I told this person I was going to go out and shoot. I really didn't want to go and shoot, but I went out, and it is till this day one of my favorite sets ever. It's a really good set, and I really threw everything into that. And I was just lost in that moment. Also, I learned a social side to it. This is not a competition. Everyone's in this together, and we should all want everyone to succeed. I met this group of creatives that helped me see that this is a community. And lastly, it's an amazing creative outlet. I started this project titled In My Head. And it's basically where I can create these extraordinarily strange, weird, and creative characters. I get to collaborate with, different makeup artists, stylists, models to create these characters, and I love it. So that's how I came to realize that I not only want to be a photographer, but I need to be one. And no, I'm nowhere near where I want to be yet, but if I keep working as hard as I am and continue to create these bonds and these relationships and utilize photography in a way that's refreshing and makes me a better person, there's no way that I won't get there. Thank you for watching this video. Please share and subscribe if you liked it. It really helps a lot and shows me that I'm doing something right. Thank you again, guys, and I'll see you next time.